Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Radharaman Jaya Radharaman Jaya Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari
Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Vishnu Padram Sharya Stotra Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Ogare Samadhavati Hare Krishna. Ogare Samadhavati Hare Krishna. Ogare Samadhavati Hare Krishna. Ogare Shri Shri Guru and Shri Ram Shri Prabhupada. Okay. Okay, so okay. So today we are reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 14, verse number 18. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay, so Raja Kahe me toma dese anudasa Jitekara e morasa.
Raja kahe ami tomar dashe ranadasha bhrittera bhritta kare ei mor asha.
Okay, synonyms. Raja Kahe,
Raja
the
kahe,
king said,
being said,
Ami,
ami
I,
I
Tomara,
mara
your,
your
Dasanudas,
dashe ranadas,
the most obedient servant of your servants.
most obedient servant of the servants.
Britera Britya, servant of
Bhrittera
Britera Britya,
bhrittera
servant of the servants.
servant of the servants.
Hara,
Kara
make me.
make me
E,
very
this.
peace.
Mora Asa,
Rasha
my desire.
my desire.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The king replied, My lords, I am the most obedient servant of your servants. It is my ambition that you will accept me as the servant of your servants. Purport. The greatest achievement for a devotee is to become a servant of the servants of the Lord. Actually, one should desire to become the direct servant of the Lord. This is, one should not, no one should desire to become a direct servant of the Lord. That is not a very good idea. When Prahlad Maharaj was offered a benediction by Nishingadev, Prahlad rejected all kinds of material benedictions, but he prayed to become the servant of the servants of the Lord. When Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by Kuvera, the treasure of the demigods, Dhruva could have asked for unlimited material opulence, but he simply asked for the benediction of becoming the servant of the servants of the Lord. Kulavecha Sridhar was a poor man, but when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give him a benediction, he also prayed to the Lord to be allowed to remain a servant of the Lord. The conclusion is that being the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest benediction one can desire. Jai. Okay. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Chakshu Meditamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupagadam Vyam Vedanti Swam Vanchakalpatarubhishcha Kripasindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavam Vaishnava. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we see the wonderful example of King Prajaparudra, that initially he could not get the Lord's mercy because because he was a king, because he was entangled with so much material things. And Lord Chaitanya, as a sannyasi, he didn't want to associate with the materialistic person. So, so because Maharaj Prajaparudra was a great devotee, he did not give up. He did not think, oh, it is impossible, the Lord has rejected me, let me give up. No, still, he kept on trying to get the Lord's mercy. And how did he do that? Well, when Lord Chaitanya's servants, Lord Chaitanya's devotees came to Puri, he would make all kinds of arrangements to serve them. to give them nice prashant, to give them nice accommodation, and like that, you would serve the Lord's servants. And when the Jagannath Rath Yatra happened, he would take the humble position of being a menial servant before the Lord and clean the path in front of the chariot with the broom. Of course, this also pleased Lord Chaitanya. And when he was given the garment of Lord Chaitanya, he worshipped it as being non-different to Lord Chaitanya. And then eventually he sneaks into this garden at Badagudi, and he recites this as just not dressed as a king, but just as an ordinary devotee. And he recites these prayers of the Gopi Gita. And this is how he gets the Lord's mercy. So we also similarly struggling to get the Lord's mercy. We've got some initial mercy to become devotees, but we want that further mercy where we're really experiencing the bliss of Lord Chaitanya. But unfortunately, due to our own association with materialism and so many sinful activities that are in our hearts that we have committed over so many lifetimes, we cannot get the Lord's mercy. So in the same way that Madhya Prataparudra had this determination of not giving up, we should also not give up. Like the nectar of instruction, it says one should be patient. One should endeavor with determination. So that is what we should learn from King Prataparudra, that he didn't give up. He kept trying to please Lord Chaitanya, and so that he could get this mercy. And that was how? By showing humility, by being a menial servant, serving Lord Jagannath. So in the same way, we can also try to adopt the humble servant position, taking some menial service, and being the servant of the Lord's devotees. The Purport talks about how that this is the highest benediction, and how all these great devotees, they had no other desire than to serve, to be a servant of the servant. And if we think about maybe the past week, what we are desiring, what we are fearing, what we are concerned with, what we are thinking about, if we were to rank these different desires in our life, would the desire to be the servant of the Lord be kind of right at the top there? I think about myself, I don't know that it would be quite right at the top. That is the highest benediction that we want. So we have to be introspective and ask, what is it that we want? What is it that we want in life? What is it that we fear? And why is it that the benediction of becoming the servant of the Lord is not quite at the top of the list? And if we had, the doctor came and told us, you have 1 week to live, would we still have all the same concerns, all the same desires and fears, or would our kind of ranking, or would suddenly always wanting to think of the Lord move higher on the list of things that we think about during our day? So we have to think about that, how we can increase our desire, increase our thinking of Krishna. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. The essence of Krishna consciousness, always thinking of Krishna. And why is it that we struggle to think of Krishna in our everyday life? Because we are seeing things as separate from Krishna. Like we're going through these modes of material nature with Chaitanya Prabhu, and saying that the 11th canto, chapter 2, it says that although the duality of the material world does not ultimately exist, the conditioned soul experiences it as real under the influence of his own conditioned intelligence. The imaginary experience of a world separate from Krishna can be compared to the acts of dreaming and desiring. And the conditioned soul dreams at night of something desirable or horrible. When he daydreams of what he would like to have or avoid, he creates a reality that has no existence beyond his own imagination. The tendency of the mind is to accept and reject various activities based on sense gratification. Therefore, an intelligent person should control the mind, restricting it from the illusion of seeing things separate from Krishna. And when the mind is thus controlled, you will experience actual fearfulness. So this is Krishna consciousness, that we should not be seeing things separate from Krishna. We should not be seeing people as separate from Krishna. When one has that movement of the servant, we're seeing this person is part and parcel of Krishna, let me serve them. But if we are seeing them as separate from Krishna, then what are we thinking? We're thinking, let me enjoy this person. This person is for my enjoyment. They are my servant. And most of the time, how do we enjoy? By finding fault with them, by criticizing that this person is not up to the standards. This person is not qualified for my service. We see them as separate from Krishna. So in so many ways in our life, we see things as being separate from Krishna. Why? Because we're seeing it for our enjoyment. We are fearing or desiring. We are seeing that whatever is happening is not connected to Krishna, separate. And therefore, what we are developing a reality that is actually just of our own imagination. Because the devotee does not see anything as separate. In the further verses 41, it says, a devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Either fire, air, water, earth, sun, other luminaries, all living beings, the directions, the trees, other plants, the rivers, the oceans, whatever a devotee experiences, he should consider to be an expansion of Krishna, and thus everything that exists within creation as the body of the Supreme Lord, Hari. The devotee should offer his sincere respects to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. So when a non-devotee, he sees an animal, is he seeing it as an expansion of Krishna? No, he's seeing it is for my enjoyment. Let me eat it. Does he see the planet, the trees? Does he see it as an expansion of Krishna? No, he says, let me exploit it. Let me exploit its resources for my enjoyment. Verse 45, it says, the most advanced devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. Yes. So this is something we can meditate on, how we can develop that mentality of the servant of the servants, of seeing the servants as being an expansion of Krishna, that the Lord's servants are non-different from Krishna. And then we'll be inspired to serve them. But why is it that we don't like to see like that? Because of our pride. Because we have our own desires. Like if we see a bar of gold, are we going to see that bar of gold as an expansion of Krishna? If we don't have any greed, don't have any desire for gold, then we'll see, this is Krishna. But if we have some desire for gold, I think we're going to struggle to see that as non-different to Krishna. Yeah. So this is the challenge. And if we have some pride, we have some desire for honor, that we want devotees to respect us. We want some respect, we want some honor, we want some distinction. Then when we see devotee, we are going to struggle to see it, that devotee as being an expansion of Krishna. And we're going to try and think, this devotee is not really worthy of my respect. And why? Because of our desires, the desire of pride, the desire for respect. So that's what happens. These desires are what are separating us from Krishna. So we have to seriously practice always thinking of Krishna in our daily life, and due to our sinful activities, we have a habit of desiring. This is part of the karma of sin, that not only do you get karma from sin, but the sinful proclivity of repeating the sin comes in the heart. And therefore we develop that habit. So we all have these habits, the seeds of desire that are in our heart. And it's the chanting of Hare Krishna that removes all of this karma and all of these seeds of sin that are separating us from Krishna. So we have to very seriously chant 16 rounds a day. This is the medicine that Krishna, that's Lord Chaitanya, that Srila Prabhupada is prescribing us. That if we actually want the process of bhakti yoga to work, we have to practice it as the doctor has prescribed. And what has he prescribed? What is the medicine he has prescribed? He has prescribed 16 rounds every day. So if the doctor is prescribing a certain medicine, you only take half the medicine. Is the medicine going to work? No, it's not going to have the full effect. So that the full effect is that we are purified enough to go back to Godhead at the end of this life. So you have to take the medicine and prioritize our chanting, so that we chant in attentively and a nice way, so that the medicine works, and take it as it is prescribed, because this is the boat that will help us to cross over the ocean nescience. Was this great ocean, is it easy to swim across an ocean? Anyone tried swimming across an ocean? Yeah, it's very difficult. Even great yogis, they try to escape the cycle of birth and death, and it is extremely difficult. And many of them fall down due to these material desires. But by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, He has made it very simple and very easy. He said that the great souls, when they cross the ocean of birth and death, they leave the boat on which they have crossed. Now, if you cross a river, is it possible to leave the boat that you cross the river on the same side? It is not possible. Once you take the boat across the river, the boat is on the other side. So how is it possible that the great souls, that they leave their boat on the same side? Well, it's possible because they turn that great ocean of birth and death, of suffering and misery, they turn it into the size of water that is in a calf's hoof print. They make it very easy to cross. And in such a way that the great ocean of birth and death becomes so small that the boat they used is on both sides of that ocean. So that boat that Prabhupada has given us is the chanting of 16 rounds and following the four regulated principles. So if we can increase our chanting and come to that level of sacrificing our time to chant 16 rounds every day, then we are in the boat. Over the ocean of birth and death and go home back to Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any comment or question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. It is very difficult what you have told. That it's like crossing an ocean. You have rightly told.
Yes.
But also keeping everything in mind, whatever we are doing. That's very difficult to actually control ourselves from going for doing that thing totally.
Which thing?
To do what Prabhupada has told.
To chant 16 rounds and follow the
and for regular principles are important. But chanting 16 rounds is a very difficult thing to completing the rounds is okay, but chanting properly.
Yes.
It's truly a challenging task.
Definitely.
It's a really challenging task.
Yes. So when I'm chanting, there's the 3 B's that I always think about when I'm chanting.
Yeah.
My back, always try to have an erect back.
Okay.
And my breathing, to control the mind first, you have to control the breath. Okay. And then beads. And beads that I try to focus my mind that forget about your last beat. Maybe that last beat you're thinking about nonsense. Just focus on this one beat, this one moment. Just try to make this one beat count. Try to make this one beat a good mantra, and just take your chanting one beat at a time. Like that's this.
Breathing you do before starting the chanting or while?
No, I just try to do as many rounds as I can on my outward breath, and then I do one round on an inward breath, like a very light breath. Okay. So that's kind of a pranayama way of reducing the heartbeats. The breath kind of controls a lot of physiological things. So if we slow down the breath and especially emphasize the out breath and try to minimize the in breath, then on the physiological level you become more peaceful and like that. So,
Oh,
so
that's
that's kind of a little pranayama thing I incorporate into my chanting. I just try to, you know. So those are my basic
no,
things that I.
no. Prabhu, just as I want to that while inhaling,
Yeah.
you consciously chant the while inhaling. How many? The number of.
I just do one round in my mind while I'm
Okay.
one mantra. I mean, one mantra in my mind while I'm on the inhale.
While inhaling and while exhaling is two mantras.
No, then I just do as many mantras as I can until
Acha,
I feel
acha,
it.
acha. While exhaling as many mantras as exhaling
Yeah,
should be exhaling. Exhaling should be long. Inhaling should be
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. While inhaling one mantra and while exhaling as many mantras as possible.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's a good way. That's a good. Thank you, bro.
yeah.
This is a good
You,
way.
you
Mm.
can control the breath. It's a lot easier to control the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if our mind is in the our inner breathing, then at least something is being concentrated on.
But well, I dare concentrate on the mantra, but that's just
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for that.
You don't want to be so much into the breath, but as you get used to it, it's not so much a focus. You just want to
Yeah.
focus on the mantra. But it's just yeah, some practical helpers. Yeah. So that's my personal
Thank you. Thank you for this.
method. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for this.
Anyone else has any comments or questions? Is the fourth B is bhava. No, that's Lord Chaitanya says. In order to chant the holy name, we have to be humble as a blade of grass. So that's what the verse was about, being the servant of the servants. So also before we start chanting, we can try to get into that bhava and meditate on how insignificant we are. How we are just an insignificant servant of the Lord's servants, like that. Yeah. So getting into the right bhav, yeah, it also helps in our chanting.
Beautiful.
Okay. Rantraj Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Dandavats. Pranams.
Thank you, bro.